Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about my NanoBox Duo and what I did to troubleshoot it when it didn't turn on a couple of weeks ago. I did determine what the problem was and my new part arrived today, so I'm also going to show you how I switch out the old part and the new part to get my Duo working again. I do want to say that I don't necessarily recommend for anyone to open up their light when it stops working. In this case, I emailed Dave to tell him what was wrong, and together we decided on the best course of action to take to get my light working again. In addition to that, my husband is an electrical engineer and is familiar with electronic devices, big and small. He was there with me the first time that I opened up my NanoBox and made sure that I wasn't touching anything that I shouldn't be touching, so please keep that in mind when you are watching this video, that precautions were taken. I did speak with Dave before opening up my NanoBox, and my husband was at my side to make sure that I didn't break anything or get myself hurt. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the NanoBox. So for those of you who are not familiar with NanoBox, the light has two main components: the light fixture itself and the small box that holds the driver's Bluefish controller with the wireless IMP card. When my Duo stopped working, the first thing that I did was to check that there was nothing wrong with the power adapter. The second thing I did was to check the IMP card to make sure that it was connected to the network properly. The lights on the IMP card indicated that it was connecting, so then I swapped it with the IMP card that I have in my NanoBox Tide, just to be sure. Since both cards were working in the Tide, I knew it had to be a different issue. After checking with Dave, I opened up the control box. Here you can see it's where the drivers are housed, as well as the Bluefish card with the on indicator light, and the IMP card as well. Before going any further, I'm going to power off the unit. Earlier, my husband used a multimeter to determine that power was going into the IMP card and Bluefish controller, but was not being diverted back out to power the lights on. To double check this, we did swap Bluefish cards between the two fixtures that I have. Sure enough, the Bluefish from my Tide worked in the Duo. Luckily, this was a pretty easy swap to do. The hardest part was unplugging the old board. It was on there pretty good. I ordered a new Bluefish controller board from Steve's LEDs to make the swap. The board I was sent is a Gen 2 board, which no longer has the SD card version of the IMP card. I did have to redo the blink up for the new Bluefish board, which you don't see in this video. I actually installed the new Bluefish to make sure the light would start working, put the old card back in, and then put the new card in a second time while filming. What can I say? I was slightly nervous that this wasn't going to work, but I'm very relieved that it did. Now that my NanoBox is back in working order, I have it over my tank. Because I did have an underpowered light over it for a couple of weeks, I did turn the settings on the Duo down a little bit, and I'll just ramp those up over the next few weeks to a month or so. That's all I have for this video, so of course if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I hope you decide to subscribe and stick along to see what else I have planned for my tanks in the future. I'll see you guys next time.